instructions, so I kind of know what we're doing.
Okay. And it was pretty long?
It was a pretty long text.
Okay, lengthy. Okay. So I guess since you read over all of that, we are going to go ahead and get started like we always do. We're going to ask you 20 questions, and then we're going to ask Mr. LM 20 questions, and then you two both get to ask each other 2 questions only. So I guess, Qualitha, do you want to go ahead and kick it off with the questions with Miss Lady PP?
I do. I am here, and I'm also doing something else too. But welcome, Lady PP, as
Thank
again.
you.
Thank you for being patient.
I
Working
appreciate
with
you
me.
ladies for taking the time to even do this. It's a
We
lot.
appreciate you. Thank you.
We appreciate
Thank
you for even participating. And
Thank you for
engaging.
trusting us to do this.
That's a big commitment.
Well,
Yeah,
thank
it
you.
is, but it's fun too. I can't wait until we finish the stages off. Stage 2 gets a little bit more fun. Well, not a little bit, a lot more fun. So thank you for trusting us.
All right. And hello, Mr. OM. I don't know if I'm
Hello.
supposed to say hello to him, but hello anyway.
Yeah, please say hello to one another.
Hello. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful.
I'm glad to hear that.
Well, hello again. First question I have for you. Well, how's your day going?
Very busy, but busy is good. Very busy, very busy.
Okay, just one moment.
I guess I can go ahead and start then. Miss Lady PP, are you an indoors or outdoors person?
I think I'm more indoors. I do like to sit outside of my house, like on my porch, and feel a nice breeze or something like that. But you're not gonna find me like rock climbing,
Okay,
things like that. Not to that extent. Or at the beach. I'm good at the beach.
Okay, so no camping or anything like that.
Probably not ever.
Okay. What are you most obsessed with at this moment in your life?
Oh, I think I'm most obsessed with accomplishing my career goals. I have a very big goal in front of me. And so I'm really putting a lot of extra effort into that. I've taken a class for it, and I'm really trying to make some strides in that. And just so you know, well, maybe I shouldn't say, but I'm trying to work on a very big goal in my career. So I'm pretty obsessed with that as of late.
Okay. And what would you say is your weakness when it comes to being in a relationship?
I think I trust too easily. I tend to go into a relationship kind of very trusting and allowing them room to, I guess, build my trust or gain my trust later. So if you tell me something, I'm going to trust that what you tell me is true and factual until I find out that it's not. And most often, I think over the years, I've discovered that probably is not the best way to do it, to allow people to earn my trust more so than be so giving of trust, and trusting people like right off the bat. And I just feel like I'm kind of, I'm too easy in that regard. I let my guard down too easily in a relationship.
So you basically give a person your trust automatically. You
Right
don't.
out the gate, and they
Okay.
deserve it.
I get it.
In most cases, I've found, or at least they need to take the time to earn it. Life lesson.
I definitely get it. What is your typical Saturday morning? Say if you didn't have to work or anything like that, you really didn't have anything on your schedule. What would you like to do for a Saturday morning?
I'm an entrepreneur, so every day is a work day, but let's just say if I had a day off, I would most like to get up and have a nice breakfast and maybe take a long ride, go to the beach and just hang out all day. The beach is my happy place if you haven't figured that out yet. I love the beach. So anytime I can go get some sun and go to the beach or take a nice little ride, that'll be good on Saturday.
All right. What wrong assumption do people make about you?
I think people, I've had guys tell me that they thought I was quote unquote stuck up. And I think that's because of what I do for a living and the fact that, I've worked for myself many years. They don't see me out in the streets a lot or whatever. So when they do see me, it's usually in a work capacity or something. And I'm, business mode. They don't necessarily see me in my happy, playful, you know, uh, you know, relaxed mode. So a lot of times when they do get to know me, they go, "Oh, I thought you were kind of stuck up." It's like, "Well, you saw me at work." You have a different persona when you're trying to handle business than you do when you're on your own.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah. Can you sum up who Lady PP is using only one word?
Passionate.
I love it.
I'm passionate about everything that I do. Everything that I do is important to me, and I'm passionate about everything that I do.
Do you think before you talk, or do you just say what comes right to your mind?
I think I have been known to just kind of rip off the cuff and say what's on my mind. The older I get, the less likely I am to do that. I take more time now to really like measure my words before I say them because words have power, and I never want to check the door, Angel. I never want to be, I never want to hurt anybody with my words or have people get the wrong idea or the wrong impression of what I'm trying to say. So over the years, I have learned to really stop and think and measure my words carefully before I put them out in the atmosphere.
Okay. How much personal space do you need, or are you a person who doesn't care for personal space? You would want you and your man to have a lot of cuddle time each second of the day.
And in a relationship, I really like to spend a lot. Who's at the door? And I'm sorry. Okay. In a relationship, I really like to spend a lot of time with the person that I'm with. So I'm pretty much a loner most of the time. I have a few key friends, but I don't hang in crowds. You never see me, out and about with bunch of women all at one time or in a group. I generally like to hang one on one. So I get enough of alone time, but in a relationship, I like to do just like the little things, the big things with my significant other. Having said that, it is important to, take some time for yourself to, just relax and woosah, as they say. And so I can't spend every moment with another person, but I do like to spend a good fair amount of quality time with the person that I'm with.
So in one week, if you were in a relationship, how many times a week should you see your significant other?
Well, ideally, every day. If I'm really in a relationship, I would like to see my significant other every day. Really, for most of us, that's not realistic, and especially if you're talking about long term. But the good news is we have social media, we have FaceTime, and we have all kinds of ways to actually see each other without actually having to be physically in the other's presence. So for me today in 2020, see each other, especially during this pandemic, see each other is just doing like a Zoom or FaceTime or, messenger video call or something like that. And if we can do that on a daily basis, I think I'm good. But I would really like to physically be with a person at least once a week.
I get it. And this is my last question. Can you do long distance relationships?
Oh my goodness. So when you guys came up with this contest,
Mhm.
I kind of drew a geographical area, maybe like 3 or 4 hours drive, because I know me. My love language, one of them is touch. And so, to the greatest extent possible, I would like to be able to get to my significant other or have him get to me. like I said, once a week. So I can do a long distance relationship, but it's got to be a lot of, little small text or FaceTime or things like that in between the physical meetups. But, if he's worth it, of course.
Of course.
I get
If
it.
he's worth it, there is no distance too far.
I get
I
it.
love that. I love that answer.
All right. Our Carlita, are you ready for your questions?
Yes, I am. Well, thank you. In the beginning, I was going to roll and ask you some, Lady PP, but of course, technical difficulties, but it's fine.
Okay.
So, what is your ideal man? I know everyone can't have what we want. We just can't draw the man we want. But could you tell me what is some things you would like your man to have?
Okay, so let's talk on the physical side. On the
All
physical
right.
side,
Physical, all of it.
I,
Give me all the tea.
no, on the physical side, tall is good. Tall is good.
Okay.
But for some reason, I always end up with shorter guys. I don't know. But I like
Okay.
tall. I like tall guys. Um, uh, I guess skin complexion don't really matter to me. Um, I've been known to like a bald head or two. Uh,
Okay.
Um, I like a guy who keeps himself up physically, works out.
All
So,
right.
some kind of athletic build is really good. Like I want to know if I fall, he might catch me.
All right. I understand.
So, I love to kiss. So big, nice, juicy lips are great.
Okay. Okay.
Um,
Okay. So you're a
and
kisser, huh?
facial hair I could do with or without. On I guess on an uh just a characteristic level. I would like a guy who is obviously loyal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking for somebody that loves his mom, right?
Oh,
I
that's
think
so
it's
sweet.
important to
Yeah.
love your mother. And I really watch how a man treats his mother, not only his mother, like his sisters or female family members. That speaks
Mm-hmm.
volumes to me. If
Right.
I meet a guy who doesn't treat his mom well or speak well of his mother or something, that's an immediate red flag for me. So he's got to treat the women in his life well, particularly his mother. He's got to have goals, right? He has to
Right.
be somewhat ambitious in what he does. I don't care if he's a ditch digger. He has
Mm-hmm.
to be very good. Like he has to be the best ditch digger out there, or at least
All
have
right.
goals to move up, be the
Mm-hmm.
supervisor of ditch diggers or something. Like he has to
Right.
have some goals for himself, and he needs to be financially stable. I'm at a place where I can't really deal with the guy that's still trying to figure it out. He needs to be financially stable. Can't live with your
Okay.
mom, that kind of stuff. Like, no, we don't do that. So, and on a spiritual level, I am
Mm-hmm.
not what I would consider religious, but I'm spiritual. Like, I'm not counting the times he goes to church. I'm counting more like where his heart is and where his morals lie. So that kind of
Mm-hmm.
thing. So I'm looking for a
Okay.
guy who has high moral values.
Okay. Well,
Did I ask
thank
for a
you for
lot?
that.
I know
No,
that's okay.
no.
You
You're
never ask for a
sharing.
lot when it's something that you want.
Oh, yeah, you're sharing.
That's what
I
I see
like it.
when I'm
Right.
creating my, perfect guy.
Right.
Now, thank you for that too. Uh, does it matter if this guy has kids?
No, it does
Okay.
not.
Do you have any children?
I have children, and I have four grown children. Well, my youngest is in college, so
Okay.
the youngest two are in college. So
So, could you tell us your age, or do you have a problem with telling us your age? Some
I
people
don't have
don't like it, like,
problems.
no.
I love my age. I just
Okay.
turned 54, but
Yay.
Ah,
I love 54 because at 54, it's like I'm on top of the world. You can't tell me nothing. And when I go out or do whatever I do, people never guess right. They never guess it.
that's
So
that beauty.
I
That's
say
that
that
beauty.
Angela Bassett is the president of the Black Don't Crack Club, and I am the vice
All
president.
right. All right. I like it. I like that fire you bring into the conversation. Are you the type to exercise a lot?
Yes, I skipped the gym tonight for this call.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Well,
I
thank you
do
for
go to the
that.
gym and I'm trying to work out and exercise. The pandemic was not friendly to me. I'm really
Okay.
upset about these pandemic pounds, but I'm getting back in the gym and trying to
Pandemic pounds. I like
There's
it.
nothing wrong with that. Do you like to cook?
so Beachbody 2021, here we come.
There you
Right.
go.
That's right.
Do you like to cook?
Um, I tell everybody I cook to eat. I cook to
Okay.
live. I'm not a big cook, and let me tell you why. My
Mhm.
mother is a great cook. So
Okay.
you would think I was in the kitchen, up under her, whatever, but I wasn't because she always did the cooking. So everybody always wanted my mother's cooking. I wasn't around really watching. I was more of a bookworm. So that's kind of where I am. So while I'm not a great cook, I can order a great meal.
There you go. That's right. There
I
you go.
like
You
that.
something.
You can order a great meal. I like that.
There you go.
So my last question for you,
Yes.
um, just tell me a your ideal romantic evening that you would like to have.
Oh my goodness. Let's see. I want him to pick me up,
Mm.
and I'm going to be dressed in my beautiful, little black dress and my heels
Oh,
on. And we're going to go
okay.
riding out somewhere. And hopefully there's some water involved in ocean. If we can't get to the ocean, a lake or something, it could be a picnic or candlelight dinner, by the water,
Oh, that sounds so
with
beautiful.
roses, and
Mm.
a private violinist or
Oh,
saxophonist
wow.
playing some music for us. And then we have a great meal that probably includes some seafood like lobster or something.
Oh,
And when
wow.
we finish eating our meal, we go and we find a nice little jazz spot or
Mm.
nice little speakeasy or something where we can go out and dancing because I love to dance. So we can finish
Mm.
the night dancing the night away and just having a great time. And then when he brings me home, he's going to drop me off, open the door, of course, walk me to the door and give me the greatest, juiciest kiss.
Oh my. You just wrote a book there.
Mr. OM, did you get all of that? Because she told you. I hope you were taking notes.
And that'll be enough for that particular night. I mean,
Now
just
you
depending on
came
what we
with
know
it.
each
I
other.
like that.
Yeah.
You
Yes.
came with it, didn't you? Now, if you want all of this for a romantic date, could you tell me how you would love a wedding? Or would you like a big wedding?
Oh my goodness. Okay. So here's the thing. I am twice divorced. Now,
Okay.
I learned some lessons going through these divorces. Okay. I
Mm-hmm.
would love to get married again, but I'm not in that dreamy stage of this big flashy wedding. What I have learned is that the wedding is secondary, maybe further down the line to everything else. If I have the right guy and we are in love and we're on the same page, we can go to a mudslide and I don't know, we can get married anywhere and I will be happy. I
That is
don't
so
have to have
beautiful.
a certain
Mm-mm-mm.
place or dream wedding, as they say,
Right.
if I have the dream guy.
Mm. So beautiful. I love it. I love it. It's
Thank you.
so touching and warm.
Gave
Beautiful.
Well, thank
Mr.
me some
OM,
ideas.
you hear
I
that?
hope I touched Mr. OM.
Mr. OM, did
Yes.
you hear all of that good stuff?
I'm definitely listening. I'm
Okay.
definitely listening. I heard it all.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Lady
Okay.
PP. I was taking notes on that because I'm gonna use that for a date night idea. Thank you.
You're
I'm
welcome.
gonna jump right into my question. So you kind of inferred that your job is intimidating to people. If you don't mind not revealing too much about yourself, what field are you in?
Well, I'm an engineer by career. Well, my first career is as an engineer. My second career is a real estate agent. And so
Okay.
Okay.
I'm pretty well situated,
It
Um,
sounds like you're well educated.
so, I think for some, it may be intimidating, not for the right one.
Right, not for the right one, exactly. And as I was listening to you so eloquently lay out the plans for a lovely date, you kind of inferred that one of your favorite genres of music is jazz. Is that true?
Yes, jazz. All right. So have you seen this post on that's circling social media and it says people don't know where to put you. They don't know if you're classy or ratchet or whatever. I mean,
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
I have different sides, and I can put on my high heels and we can go out and listen to jazz and we can have a good little dance, or we can put on some rap. Down, or we can go to a Salt and Pepper concert, or
You kind of lady. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So
yes,
I wouldn't put myself in a box, so to speak, when it comes to that.
Okay. All right. And what's your entrepreneur endeavor? You shared with us that you're an entrepreneur as well.
Well, in terms of the real estate, developing real estate, as well as have a travel business, and I have I actually have a construction firm. So I have a lot of things. So I stay pretty busy.
Wow. A Black woman with a construction firm. I love that. That is amazing.
We got to get more Black girls in STEM. So.
Definitely. So how do you think a partner can help you with your endeavors, your entrepreneur endeavors? What can they offer you right now that would actually help you and alleviate some of the stress if you're having stress in those fields?
Oh, I would love a partner who is very organized, or can really handle the financial aspects of a business. That would be so helpful to me if he had that kind of background and could really help with those things. But more than anything, I think I'm looking for a partner who not necessarily shares my vision, but shares my passion for achieving those goals, and will come in with the attitude like, okay, I have my visions, I have my goals, you have yours. Let's both help each other. And a lot of times, an entrepreneur just needs somebody to believe in them and cheer them on. You know what I'm saying? Even if they can't physically, or if there's nothing else that they can do, they can say, baby, you got it. I got your bag. I'm here for you. I'm gonna hold it down while you go do this. Or, I'll hold your purse while you do whatever that they can, do. So, but definitely if somebody is better organized than me, or better at the, keeping the financial records, that would be so great.
Okay. So let's switch gears a little bit. Do you prefer chocolate candy or like a fruity type of candy?
Chocolate.
Okay. And if you woke up late on a Saturday, say 11:30ish, would you prefer a brunch or would you just skip and go straight to lunch?
Definitely brunch. I could see that, brunch. But generally, that's what I do anyway.
Oh.
Generally, I'm not a get up and eat breakfast kind of person. I'm usually, it's around that 11 o'clock hour before I even eat anyway. And it's usually a brunch, something quick, or some fruit or something like that.
Okay. All right, that's all the questions I have for you. At the end of this, we're going to have 2 questions. If you have 2 questions, you can ask Mr. OM. He can ask you as well. But I'm done. You are a lovely sounding lady. I will say that. Brilliant.
Say that. Let me tell you something. Just to throw this out there. I am from the South. I don't know where this gentleman is from, and I'm even close to an area where we speak Gullah, Geechee, or whatever. So growing up, it's always been a thing, and people make you feel inadequate or less than or less educated because your accent is so Southern or so Gullah and Geechee. But I have come to have an appreciation for the accent that we have.
There you go.
It is a beautiful thing. So
there you go.
Tell me that. Having had so many years where I felt so self-conscious about it, I really appreciate you saying that. You don't even know how that touched me.
Aww.
There you go.
You're brilliant and amazing.
I don't hear an accent, but
we did. I love accents. We're a part of a whole different world. Well,
Like
a
they
big
say, we
world.
all have accents, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Somebody at
A
least.
big world of brilliant people.
It's something, but I think it's beautiful. I think it's beautiful.
Yeah,
And I hear that confidence that you have in yourself,
definitely.
and I
Thank
love it.
Definitely. That was so fun, Miss Lady PP. It was so fun questioning you. I was just actually interested in hearing about you just myself and forgetting
too.
about the dating game. But it was fun getting to hear about you. All right, Mr. OM. I hope you heard that Miss Lady PP sounds like an exceptional woman.
Mhm.
We're gonna go ahead and start with you and start your questions off, Mr. OM. Are you ready?
I'm always ready.
Okay.
Okay.
What would you say says the most about a person? What should a person believe? If you're just meeting a person, what should you be able to say, you know, this person did X, Y, and Z, and that says a lot about this person? What lasting impression should a person leave?
I guess well their personality, but I'm looking for somebody that's good from the inside out. I'm looking for that good heart in a person. You can mask anything you want, but you can't mask that good heart. That good heart will come through every time.
All right. And what would you do with your extra time on a Saturday morning?
Well, normally if I get a good Saturday morning, without working, that I'm not working or doing something, I can relax on Saturday morning, Sunday morning.
Okay.
Which one, Saturday or Sunday?
Let's go with Saturday morning.
All right. Well, Saturday morning is a good. Normally that's my day now. That I need to do some things. Laundry. I got this cleanup time. That's my day on the weekend. That I need to make sure that I'm prepared for the following week. So get everything going so I can relax on Sunday.
All right. That makes sense. What is your favorite scent or your favorite smell?
I put some cologne on before I did this. Can y'all smell it? No. All right, but I have quite a few because long time ago I used to sell oils for a living.
Okay.
So I've got all kind of oils. So I got quite a few scents. I guess right now Zeno is my favorite.
Okay, I have to get that one.
You have to smell it. Trust
Yeah,
me.
I have to smell that one.
I like soft, easy scents.
Okay.
So my scents is just like what I like.
Okay. Are you a good dancer?
I'm an excellent dancer. I love to dance.
Okay.
And if there's a dance that I see, if I don't know it, I'll take lessons.
Okay. All right. What would you say is the best way to get to know someone you're really into?
I'm a face guy. So, I like to go out with them. So like I said, over that date, I can look across there, see their facial expressions, their body language and stuff while we're talking.
Okay. Are you more of a texter or talker? Do you like to text or talk to people on the phone? Someone you're into?
Well, somebody I'm really into, I really want to talk to them. But my thing is I'll text it first only to try to get a feel if they have the same kind of feelings. See how quickly they respond to my texts, things like that. There's sometimes you're texting people and you never know when you meet somebody, you never know what situation they're in. So you don't want to be a stalker texter, but you do want to text them to know you're interested, and you just try to see if you get that feedback back.
What took you way too long to figure out when it comes to relationships?
I think the biggest thing was where I am at on their list. I know where I put them on mine, but to find out where I'm at on theirs.
Okay. And what is your strength when it comes to being in a relationship?
I've got so many.
I'm
I'm assertive to the fact, you know, that if we need something done, I got you, baby. You know, like I said, if I can't do it, I'll get it done. You know, I'll I'm just like I said, I'm a closer. So you know, my thing is, if I come into your life, you know, I'm the kind of guy. Like I said, I'll fill your car up on Sunday, so you don't have to worry about getting work. You know, I'm also the one like, you know, are you okay? You know, I mean, are you behind? Are you near behind? I mean, what bill you ain't got this month? And that's dating, not even always in the relationship. I want to make sure that, you know, not that you need to reciprocate for everything that I do, but I do want to make sure that, you know, that you can tell me that you appreciate it, but you can show me better.
All right. Did you hear that, Miss Lady PP? He said if you needed a bill paid, he got you.
Yeah, I was looking through my bills.
There you go. What is your favorite food? What are you your most favorite food?
Steak and potatoes.
Yep, typical man. There you go. Steak
Yeah,
and
typical. I'm a man. Meat and potato guy. Stop the madness.
there, stop the veggie. There you go. And are you a good cook?
I am.
All right. That sounds perfect. I am done with my line of questioning. I guess I'll turn it over to Qualita.
Okay, Mr. OM, could you tell me your season? What season do you like?
Wow, that's interesting because I'm like a summer and a winter guy. I'm a winter guy because I like the jackets and coats that you can wear during the winter. But I'm a summer guy because it's easier to do things. Everything is out there. The air seems more fuller. You know, the life seems brighter, and I think people's hearts smile more in the summer.
I agree. They do because the sun is out. You got all that
Yeah,
vitamin D running through you.
yeah, I'm with it.
So, right. What is your occupation?
My title is Regional Facilities Manager. So I actually deal with contractors, project management, uh, and right now I'm working at Howard. I run the facilities for a couple of buildings at Howard.
Oh, okay. And because of the coronavirus, are you working from home or are you back at the office?
No, I'm not working from home, but I'm also the safety uh, safety supervisor. So I make sure that everybody has their PPE on. You know, that the contractors that come into the building are equipped too. That there's code violations that we're trying to look for. This protocol that I put out, and I make sure everything is followed. You know, down to the line for that due to company policy.
Okay, thank you for that.
Mm-hmm.
And would you or would you like to get married? That's the first question.
Yeah, I've been married once before, divorced. I think, you know, I think the biggest thing about being married is that know why you're getting married. Because the first time I got married, I think it was more like I enjoy being in a relationship. I'm a good one-on-one person, you know. But I just want to make sure that the person that I'm with is looking get married for the same reason. I got married for the wrong reasons the last time. So
Okay, so what do you think is the reason why you're not married today or in a relationship?
choice.
Choice. Okay.
So I'm very particular because I'm so giving, I'm so open, you know. I'll meet people and say, hey, you know, okay, all right. I like the way they, you know, they look. I like the way they sound, you know, 1 or 2 dates. And I'm like, okay, now I know why you're where you're at. And I'm gonna leave you there.
Okay. Well, I can keep going on and ask more questions, but I'll pass it over.
Okay.
Okay, so I heard you worked at the Real HU, my alma mater. So I
Yep.
assume you're in DC. That's your region.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have time to actually put into a relationship right now, given your schedule?
Yeah. You know what? I've always told people I got time to spare, but no time to waste. But one thing I do have time for the right woman. The right woman, I would love to be able to. And I'm also a person that I want to see you often. You know, I want to, you know, I'm that guy that would love to come home to you every night.
Oh.
You know, and I'm also the one that always wants to make sure that you're happy to come home. And this is true. I met a friend the other day who met this new guy, and he wanted her to come right home from work and had to be in by 9. I said, number one, if you have to ask her to come home from work, the relationship is already wrong.
Okay.
Because if you're with me, you be running home from work.
Oh,
You hear that, Lady PP? You better get your track shoes on. You go.
That's right. Put them on.
I'm lacing them up.
All
Put 'em
right.
up.
okay. Do you have children?
I do. I have 4 children. They're all grown. So, you know, they're and they want nothing but for me to find the right woman. You know, like I said, I'm everybody's. I'm the favorite uncle, favorite cousin. You know, I'm the person that, you know, if you wanted a real relationship, you'd be looking my way.
Oh, look at that.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay.
That
Okay.
sums it up.
So are you
8
organized?
kids all together here?
Huh?
I see. Oh, I'm sorry. I was just saying it's 8 kids all together.
Yeah, 4 and 4. Okay.
Mhm.
So are you an organized person, Mr. OM?
I'm organized to a point of, I guess, organized chaos. So everything I do is it has a pattern to it quantifiably. You know, but as you know, maybe I'm not as super organized in my home as I am at work.
How about with your finances? Are you organized with those, or do you know how to handle finances?
I'm the finance man. Yes, I got my finances in order. Like,
Good.
like I say, when I that's why I say when I step to you, if you got a pocketbook, the only reason why you need it because it go with your outfit.
I
Okay.
like that.
So you're definitely financially stable.
I am financially stable.
Okay.
And I'm not, you know, I ain't borrowing at all.
Okay. And would you ever do this? Would you dance the night away at a jazz restaurant or a lounge and then whisk your woman away to a nice resort or take her shopping or just spoil her the rest of the evening, however which way that she preferred?
Absolutely. I mean, that goes without saying. My thing, if it's one of those nights, you tell me, and it could be like we get to a certain point and say, hey, there's a plane leaving for Vegas in 2 hours. What you doing tomorrow? I ain't scared.
Okay,
You ain't scared.
I like
heard
that. I like that.
I like it.
So my final question to you is, what is your space of peace? What area of your life or what activity brings you peace?
Well, I'm really, you know, I flow when I work, you know, but peace is, I like to have that mate with me. And, you know, doesn't make a difference what we're doing. If we're together, you know, we're sitting here watching a movie, you know, if we're talking about current events, you know, if we're just driving, you know, I'm just at peace with a mate. I love having a mate. I love having somebody I can talk to because I'm kind of like a loner too. I mean, I got a lot of friends that I go see, but then when I leave by myself, you know, so I don't have that guy. I don't talk to the guys about everything that goes on in my life. That's not who I am, you know. But I am a person that's real comfortable with who I am, and when I step forward and I step to somebody, I'm confident that she will find out that she should be with me.
Wow.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Mr. OM, that was good. I can get some more questions going because you
I got you. Go bring them on. I'm good.
but we are going to turn it over to Miss Lady LP. Do you have 2 questions that you want to ask Mr. OM?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I can.
Great. Okay, great. Mr. OM, I heard you allude to being able to being amenable to taking a vacation on a whim. Tell me about your best vacation you ever took. Where was it? What'd you do?
Wow. Okay, because no matter where I go, I always have a great time. But as I said, my last time I just came from Mardi Gras, so and I had a ball.
That was
Everybody's gonna have a ball. Mardi Gras.
yeah.
You can't not have a ball at Mardi Gras. So
Exactly.
okay, just kind of piggybacking on that, internationally, have you traveled internationally?
Well, last year I went to San Juan,
San Juan Jose.
Puerto Rico.
Right.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And had a ball.
And so, all right, my next question for you is, what motto do you live by in life? What's your motto?
I think the motto is that if I'm true to me, I'll be true to you. So my thing is always about, when I come, I try to come as, I don't have a representative. When I come, I'm coming as me. I don't have this guy that I try to act like I am.
Right.
I act just who I am. What you see is what you get. The things I say, as time goes on, you're like, you know what? Everything he told me was, everything he said he was going to do, he did. And every direction that we're going in is always on a positive note. I'm the most positive person you want to meet.
Okay. Very good. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay.
All right. And Mr. OM, do you have 2 questions that you would like to ask to Miss L? I'm
Yes,
sorry, Lady PP.
Right? PP.
Yes.
All right. Where was the last vacation you took?
Oh my gosh. Okay. So the last one was actually in Vegas. But can I tell you about the best one?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead. Give me the best one. Here you go, changing the subject, right? You ain't sticking to the plan now, right? But I'll go here with you. Go ahead.
No, but I want to tell you about the best one. The best
Tell me about the best.
was a little island called Ischia off the coast of Italy, off the coast
Wow.
of Italy. And you take a ferry boat ride about 45 minutes to get there. And when you drive up, you see all these buildings. They're very colorful. It looks like they're carved out of the mountain almost.
Wow.
And I went to the greatest thermal spa called Nagumbo on this little island, Ischia. And they have all of these thermal spas you can dip in. They have whirlpools built into the cave.
Wait a minute, let me ask you this. Is that a nudist camp?
No, it's not. It's a very
okay. I'm just checking.
No, it's a very family-oriented resort.
Okay.
But beautiful. It is beautiful. It is just the most mind-blowing thing that I've ever just experienced. So I'm glad.
That's fantastic.
I can't even subject.
Wow.
I'm telling you, you're
making me want to go somewhere right now. I'm like,
Yeah.
I just had to look at the date on my passport, make sure I'm still good.
It's just beautiful. It's beautiful.
Okay, great. All right, next question. All right, I know you said that you have been married a couple times. Marriage is not high on your list. I see that. So let me tell you, how comfortable are you when you're in a relationship? Do you enjoy being in a relationship, or are you, because you find that maybe men are probably a little intimidated by what you do? I think you heard you say that before. Are you comfortable being in a relationship when you find a guy that's not intimidated, who really doesn't care about your money?
Absolutely. And I would much rather prefer to be in a relationship. Having said that, I'm just not going to settle for anything. Mm-hmm. So my standards, are getting higher, I would say, as I get older. I want more. At the same time, I realize that all of the things that I want, probably most men cannot do. It's not that I'm not willing to compromise in a relationship, but for the most part, in order to get to that stage of marriage, it's just some things I'm just never going to compromise on again. So if I can find that guy, I'm telling you, I'm going to be the best wife ever. You know why? Because I already messed it up twice.
I
messed it up, but anyway, you know, we both had a hand in it. But, you know, I've already had 2 failed marriages. I am not going to have a failed third
There you
marriage. So
go.
this third husband, he's going to be charmed because let me tell you, everything I got in me, this brother's going to get it. Everything I
Aw,
got in me. I'm not
that's
failing
beautiful.
another marriage and I'm not jumping into it so quick. I'm definitely going to be more purposeful the next time I say I do.
Okay.
That's beautiful.
Well, listen, Miss Lady PP, I think you took us to an educational tour. You took us to Italy. You took us to the linguistics tour. You took us on
Mhm.
learning about ourselves. This was
Right.
actually really fun.
You are truly an extraordinary woman.
Powerful,
Right.
And
very
Mr.
powerful.
OM, you are a brilliant man.
Yes, a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I can tell that you are going to help lighten Miss Lady LP's load and make her laugh. That
Oh, I'm always gonna make a laugh.
awesome. That would be
Yeah.
awesome.
I cried enough. It's time to laugh.
It's time to
Aw.
laugh, you know. Let's live our life laughing. That's what we need,
Yeah.
especially during these times where things
Right?
are crazy right now.
Love, live, laugh.
Mhm.
This was so much fun.
It was so fun.
So
Thank you all
fun.
for joining us.
I don't
Thank
even want to
you.
stop and let you two go. I mean, we can talk and just kick it, but
Mhm.
You two are just amazing.
And
yeah,
I was so nervous about this, but I really had a good time.
good
Aw.
because
Yeah,
we're
I
gonna
think
do
this
it
is great.
again. So
Yeah, this
I
is
have
great.
another
Comfortable
fun.
now.
I have another date lined up for you, Miss Lady L. I'm sorry, Miss Lady PP. I have another date lined up for you.
Thank you.
Mr. OM, you also, we are going to talk again. Now, we
Okay.
did have a poll up for you. I'm not sure if you guys saw the poll.
One
that
person, we can't tell who took the poll, but someone already
I
took it.
did it.
Okay, thank you.
Five was good.
Of course you
Lady
did.
PP.
Of course you did.
I don't see it. I don't see it.
If you're on, oh no, you should be able to see it. If you can't see it, that's okay. You can
Well,
just.
I mean,
You've rated us before.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, y'all, I couldn't do nothing but give y'all high marks anyway. But I mean, I still want to make sure I give it to you. You know, one thing is say it is another thing to do it. Now we talking about that, right?
We
Yeah.
talked about that.
We did.
I don't want to just talk about it. So let's do it. So if you can get it to me, I want to get it to you.
Did you hear that, Miss Lady PP? He's a man of action.
I
His
see.
words.
All right. I really appreciate you ladies. Y'all really made my night. Mr. OM, thank you so much for this date.
Hey, the pleasure was all mine. You have a great night.
Thank you,
Aw, that's so
lady.
sweet.
That was fun. All right.
You
Till
two are
next
the
time.
best.
Yeah, that was fun.
right.
Kai. Thank you, Kai.
All right.
Don't forget, send it to me so I can fill it out, please.
All right. Thank
Okay,
you.
let me see. How we can get that.
Your oral rating was fine. Mr. OM?
I'm listening.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I know it's good for you, but it doesn't come out on paper like that.
When we do another, because you can only do it once, you can only rate it once through the actual video. And it's only
Okay.
because you're not on video that you can't see the poll. But when we do another video Zoom with you, then that's when you can rate us.
Okay, I got y'all.
All right. We appreciate you. You have a
Thank you, girls. Thank you, ladies. My
Thank
sweet
you.
sister.
Thank
Sweet
you.
sister. Okay.
Thank
You
you.
got this, Mr. OM. You got two wonderful women on your hands. You remember Miss Lady MK and Miss PP. So you got, and then you have another one that we're gonna do.
Yeah, we have another date lined up for you.
Yeah.
I'm hoping I know who she is.
Oh, probably not.
Probably
But we'll have a lot of fun next time also, okay?
Okay.
You have a good night.
All right. Every night's a good night.
All right.
Too.
All right. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye. All right, so we got two more that should be coming up. We got one at 8 and one at 9.
So we're just gonna stay on. I guess we'll have a brief intermission.
Hello, YouTube world.
I'm gonna eat some Sour Patch Kids.
Tell us what you're doing, YouTube world.
I'm gonna eat some dinner in a minute.
Let me see that Sour Patch Kids.
You wanna see one?
Mm-hmm. We're not promoting Sour Patch Kids, but we're just eating them. Mm. What are their names?
Good and bad.
Now, which one are you gonna eat first?
I'm gonna eat the good first because I want to be bad later.
Oh,
I'm
oh, oh.
just kidding. I'm always good.
Okay. So you're gonna have
First
that
they're
one.
sweet, then they're sour.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hear it too. Oh, you could do a mung bug. Is that what they call it?
Mukbang.
Mukbang.
But
We should
Jaden
do
could say it so much better. I'm probably saying it wrong too, but I know it's
Mukbang.
not
My
mug bug.
we should do a mukbang
Mug
uh
bug.
mukbang of candy.
It should
Mukbang.
be like a it gotta be a certain type of candy, like ooh, a Snickers or a Twix. A Twix.
Oh, yeah.
A Twix is a good one.
Ooh.
Yeah, I bet somebody's listening now on YouTube. They're probably like, "Ooh, I'm about to do it," but it's fine. You can have it.
Oh, yeah, they gonna do
Plenty
that. Or
candy anyway.
maybe we making them hungry and going out to get some. I mean, I think that if Snickers, Twix, and Sour Patch heard all of this, I think that they should let us come on and do some type
Eat them
of-
all together. Snickers, Twix, Sour Patch Kids, and Skittles. Chocolate and fruity candy. Sounds
What
nasty.
about Butterfinger?
No,
No, throw it all in there. See if it's good. Put chocolate over some fruity
I
candy.
can't eat peanut butter.
It's like an
Flavor.
edible arrangement. You know,
How about Reese cups?
Ooh,
with some Sour Patch Kids or Skittles in them.
Oh, yeah. If you take the Reese cup and then inject Sour Patch Kids inside.
There you go. What did you do with your cake
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I put Sour Patch Kids
and
in
your
my
birthday
cake.
cake?
And gummy bears. No,
You
it
put
was
gummy bears in there too? No, you only put gummy bears.
fruit snacks in there too.
You put all
you
of
put
those?
fruit snacks in your cake?
Yeah,
Yeah, you didn't tell us about that.
yeah. And icing. I layered it in
Yeah,
icing.
yeah, of course the icing. But did you all eat it?
You know what? They did, but they kept complaining that they didn't like the gummy bears. I'm like, come on,
I mean,
come on. It's a gummy.
I bet, you know. Here we go. Uncommon woman.
It's a gummy.
We have in a second our next bachelorette is in the house
Candy,
connecting her audio. That is a lovely picture.
isn't it?
Yeah.
I wish I had some candy. Deja, can you see if
This is Lady CS.
Hey, Lady CS, how are you, uncommon woman?
Hi, can you see me?
No.
Well, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
We can hear you. We see this lovely picture. It's beautiful.
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
Is
Do you
that
want me to do this rate poll? I thought I already did it.
If you're able to do it again,
Okay.
yeah.
We just put it up for every day we have.
Oh, okay. That's fine. I had to log in on my other side.
Okay. So how are you doing this evening?
I'm doing good. My son went with his dad for a couple of days, which was
Oh,
so.
is that, are you like, nothing to do now? You missing them already?
Oh, I already made plans. I'm going
Oh, okay.
on Saturday, Sunday. Once a month I help my friend. She has a nonprofit. We go to Philly and feed the homeless.
Nice.
On that on Sunday. He normally goes with me, but it's a little bittersweet because he likes it too. So I'll be going there, and then Saturday we're gonna go on a trail walk.
That's wonderful you're showing him to do that. That's just awesome.
The is this indoors? The feeding homeless, is that indoors?
No, so she doesn't have a place right now. We go to her mom's house and we bag up about 50 PB&J bags with like peanut butter jelly, snacks, and then waters, and then some of the we go to 2 different locations. So we do 25 and down Center City, Philadelphia, and then we go to another location, and those ones have like a Bible and then other snacks and stuff like that.
Okay, so this is just you passing out to
Yeah,
homeless.
we're just passing out goodie bags
That's
to
really
the
nice.
homeless. Mm-hmm.
Really nice. I love that.
That's
You are
nice.
such a great, phenomenal woman.
You are.
Thank you.
Yes.
So, I'm excited because I only go once a month because it's on Sundays, and then I haven't been going. But we have like a training thing with a whole bunch of girls that we do on Sundays that work out, and I haven't did anything with the with the virus going on.
Yeah.
And like really just educating myself.
Yeah.
Okay.
How long does it take for you to get to Philly for where the location is
located? About an hour, 20 minutes. It's not too far.
Okay. That's not bad.
Yeah.
And you're doing that just out of the kindness of your heart. I love it.
I love it because like sometimes, when I went last month, we got to, we get to interact with them and just to hear everybody's story of, because their unfortunate situation. It's not always drugs. And that's the first thing that people think, that people are homeless and that they're using drugs. But a lot of people, just like the whole pandemic, a lot of people lose their jobs or they get divorced and they just can't survive. So it's just, I'm gonna get emotional, but it's just like, just to see people, they're like invisible. They're really like invisible to others. And it's just sad how people don't see them, So I like it.
I love that.
Thank you for doing that.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Mr. JB has joined us. Mr. JB, how are you tonight?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
Doing good. Thank you for joining us.
All right.
Welcome.
All right. I guess we'll go ahead and get started with the line of questions. Always ladies first. Qualita, do you want to start this line of questioning for Miss CS?
Yes, Miss C. You've already told us so much of the different things that you do. Well, you did say that Mr. JB wasn't here. So just share with him something that you do. I think you said once a week or every other week.
Yeah, so once a month, my friend has a nonprofit. She helps the homeless. So this Sunday, I'm actually going out to help her. We basically like set up 50 bags of PB&J, snacks, juices. Some of them have Bibles, depending on which location we're going to. We prep at her house, and then we actually take it out and take it to the people in the homeless, people that's homeless. We're now starting to get clothes and stuff together for them as well. But that's that she does it every Sunday, but I at least volunteer once a month.
Okay, that's good. That's real good.
Thank you. And Lady C, tell me what drives you to do this. What's the drive behind helping?
I don't know. I think it's just like hearing other people's stories. It kind of intrigues me because like when you think that you got it bad or you're going through something, there's always someone that has it worse than you. So it just makes me appreciate life more.
Okay, thank you. And do you have any children?
I do. I have one child. He is 12, a little boy.
Okay, and would you like to have any more?
I do. I do want to have more. I'm waiting for marriage, so that's why he's 12.
Right, I understand. So how do you feel about your significant other or Mr. JB, if he has kids? How would you feel about that? Let's say 5.
That's a lot.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a lot of kids.
Okay.
Yeah, but like not to go into much detail, my son's father, he has 2 kids, and I'm actually still in communication with his kids, even though we haven't been together in over 10 years. Like me and his daughter have a real good relationship. She is 23, I think now. Yeah, she's 23. Her birthday is on the 19th and my son's birthday is on the 21st. So like we still communicate. She ironically looks up to me, but we're friends on like social media, and she talks to me when she needs to talk and stuff like that. So I don't mind someone else having kids because I have a child.
Okay, and could you tell me who you look up to in your family? Who's special to you in your family that you pattern yourself after? Or
Family wise, I don't want to say I'm the black sheep. I'm more like the white sheep, but because I'm a trendsetter in my family.
okay.
but like I have a life coach. She helps me out a lot. And then I also have a good relationship with my pastor.
Okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, that sounds good. You have a strong backing, I hear. So that's beautiful. Um, what are you looking for in a man?
In a relationship, I'm looking for a friendship. I'm looking for balance. Um, I'm looking for support. You know, I've been doing this single mom thing for a long time, and I just want like a partner, you know.
Okay. And is there any particular way you would have him to look or be, his personality? Tall, short, happy, funny?
Adventurous. Like I like to do stuff outdoors. Some type of sense of humor because I'm very down to earth, very down to earth. So someone that can just compatibility, I guess.
Okay. And are you an affectionate person?
I am to a certain extent, but yes.
Okay. Well, thank you for sharing. I'm going to turn it over to one of the sisters.
So, Lady CS, have you ever taken an ancestral test?
I'm sorry, what was that?
The ancestral like DNA test, have you ever taken
Oh
one?
no, I haven't taken that.
Okay. Me, I didn't. Do you like to travel?
I do. I love to travel.
How do you feel about long distance relationships?
I've been in a long distance relationship before, so that's not a problem.
Okay. Are you employed full time or part time? Or are you an entrepreneur?
I would say I'm an entrepreneur. I'm still working a typical 9 to 5. And then when I'm not working my 9 to 5, I have legal services that I help families with, as well as identity theft. And then I do the podcast, which is called oh, I guess I can't. Can I say that? No.
Yeah.
I have a podcast that empowers women. So
No, you can say it.
Oh, I have a podcast called Uncommon Women. The reasoning it's called Uncommon Women because me and my co-host, we are both celibate. So we're not like the world. And we have a platform to empower women and also give others to tell their story.
So what's the power you find in being celibate?
It's challenging. Very challenging. But I mean, I feel as though I do it because of past relationships and past experiences where I feel like once you give that up, you lose your you lose your power and the soul ties. I've had a struggle with a specific past with trying to get rid of a soul tie that I carried from somebody else. So it's very important to me.
Okay. Do you believe in the power of prayer or manifestation or positive thinking, affirmations?
Absolutely. You definitely got to plant those seeds, positive seeds, in order for them to manifest.
Okay. And are you spoiled or would you like your partner to spoil you?
I have never been spoiled. I'm a strong woman. I think I would like it to be both ways. Like I spoil you, you spoil me. Like I like the balance.
What does spoiled mean to you? If you want that, what does it look like to you? What does it look like your partner doing for you?
When I think of spoiled, I think of gifts. That's what I think of when you say spoil, or just pretty much giving them everything that they want.
Okay, and you're willing to return these to your partner.
Yeah, it has to be. I feel as though it should be a balance.
Okay. At what point do you think you've crossed the threshold from dating to investing in a relationship?
That's a good one. I feel as though when you get to that next level, I feel like it's more of a communication between the both, that you're all on the same page, that you guys are ready to be fully committed. Because I feel like when you're dating, you're just getting to know that person, getting to know if you guys are compatible, if you guys actually have the same interest on things. So I feel like when you move to that next step, it definitely has to be compatibility.
Okay. Thank you, ladies.
Miss Lady CS, what would you say is the silliest fear that you have when it comes to dating?
Silliest fear. I think, well, I feel as though me loving the person more than they love me.
Now, what is your strength when it comes to relationships?
I'm a caterer, like all the way around. So I feel as though if I'm in a relationship, I'm going to cater to my man, and I pay attention to details. So if he likes sports or if he likes a specific person on sports, I wouldn't just get him something with sports. I'll get him like his favorite player or something that's in detailed in what he likes.
All right. And what type of people do you like to hang around?
People that is honest, fun. I'm a down to earth person, so I like down to earth people as well. But overall, have a good spirit.
All right. If someone were to describe you in one word, what do you think that one word would be?
Optimistic.
All right. Do you prefer texting or calling your mate?
Calling. I like calling. Depending on what my schedule is or the workload, obviously, if we're both working, texting is fine, but I do like talking on the phone.
All right. What is your talent?
Talent. I don't know. I have so many. I love to cook. I really like to cook. And I'm very driven, and whatever I put my mind to, I like to accomplish it. So I'm a very driven person.
All right. What would you say says the most about a person?
I believe actions says the most about a person. It's not about just speaking about what they, action all the way around. Actions tells a lot about a person.
All right. And where was the last place that you visited?
The last place I traveled was, like, you mean like on a plane or like just driving?
Let's go with driving.
Okay. The last place I visited was my parents' house on Sunday. That's about a 40-minute drive from where I live at. Travel wise was January. I was in Cancun.
Nice. That is all the questions that I have for you. That was so much fun. It's always so good just to get to know you.
Thank you.
And we have your podcast, well, your name there, just so who's ever watching can check you out at Uncommon Women, your podcast.
Yay. Thank you.
I'm gonna turn it over to Mr. JB. Qualita, do you want to start or do you want me to start?
Yes, I can, Mr. JP. The first question I have for you, what are the greatest accomplishments you've had in life?
That I've had in life. I would say, when I finished my bachelor's degree, that was one of them. Especially after all those deployments. I would actually, just becoming an uncle for the first time. I thought that was gold. That meant a lot to me. And another great accomplishment. I would say, because of how difficult it was, I would say finishing my third deployment, because there was a lot of challenges, for my guys from a personal standpoint, from an entire crew standpoint. So I would say those three things.
Okay, thank you. And how dedicated are you into growing your future to be what you would have it to be? Or if you're where you want it to be now, how dedicated are you achieving your goals, rather?
Very dedicated at achieving my goals. I push myself. I push the people under me. I write stuff down. I put stuff on calendars. post-it notes, whatever. I'm very, very driven towards achieving my goals and helping others achieve theirs as well.
Okay. And your occupation, what do you do?
So I'm in the Navy.
Okay. You're in the Navy. And how long have you been in the Navy?
11 years.
11 years. Thank you for your service also. And what is your favorite season?
See, oh, fall football.
So you like fall because of football. Okay.
I mean, it gets a little cooler, but yeah, primarily because of football.
Okay. And what is your favorite team?
Favorite team is New England Patriots. Don't hate.
Oh man,
Right.
I'm about to.
Brown fans. Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, all day.
Could you tell me your favorite fast food if you have one? Favorite fast food
Favorite fast
restaurant?
food?
Mm-hmm.
So I try not to eat a lot of fast food, but if I would
Okay.
say I had to choose a cheap meal, I would definitely, how can you not say Popeyes? I mean, that's like my favorite, cheap meal.
Some Popeyes. Now, do you get the biscuits and the fries, or are we getting
No, I
fried and
I
black
mean,
beans?
no, you got Popeyes is known for the famous chicken, so I get the
Oh,
five whole wings, get the whole
oh,
thing.
okay.
What about the chicken sandwich? Did you have that before?
You know what? Honestly, I did not have that yet. I hadn't ordered it yet. Yeah.
Mhm.
The line was too long, huh?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I can imagine. And my last question, are you into books? And if so, tell me one of your books that you read or your last book, and when was it?
Can you repeat that? You kind of low.
Oh, I'm sorry. I said if you're into books, could you tell us the last book you read?
So last book I read is Color Purple.
Okay. And when was that?
That was back in February.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay. Do you like the movie?
I like the movie. Strangely, oddly, I like the book better, but I mean, I like the movie as a classic.
Okay. Yeah, I always hear the book adds more details.
It goes in more into depth about the story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, thank you for that.
Thank
And
you.
I'll pass it over to one of my sisters.
So, Mr. JB, you're a fan of the New England Patriots. How did you feel about them blowing up or was deflating the footballs?
I mean, honestly, I think that the weather did it. I don't think that I don't think that the referee, I don't think the referees, anybody else did it. I think it was a natural occurrence.
Really?
That's just people hating. That's what I really believe.
Okay. All right. So, how much longer do you plan on being active duty in the Navy?
So I don't know if I want to go past 20. I mean, the Navy has been great. I've gotten everything I needed to get out of it, but um, depends. I mean, if I get commissioned, if I pick up chief, I might go past 20, but at the same time, I'm kind of ready to move on to the next phase of my life. Work for the government has been great, but might be ready to walk away. I'm not sure yet, but I'm at least do 20.
What does after service, post service look like to you?
What is after? So I'm getting heavy into. I already have like a bunch of connects for like human resource management jobs all over the country. I'm also like a big real estate fan, property fan. So I'm also dabbling that as well. I got my graphic arts and design business going. So one of those three, or a combination of all three.
Okay. Lady CS kind of implied that she might be hesitant to accept a man with 4 kids or multiple. How many kids do you have?
0.
Okay. Um, do you spoil your woman? Is that something you would do?
Yeah, that is something I've done. That's something I will do.
Okay. They say birds of a feather flock together. So do you have a best friend?
Yeah, I do.
How would you describe your best friend?
My best friend, I mean, he's he's down to earth. Has he kind of a dry sense of humor. He gives me, honest opinions. Uh, he's from the country like me, so I mean, we're kind of like twins at heart. We like the same team, all of that stuff.
So is it important that your best friend and your woman like forge a relationship together?
Yeah, I mean, it's what exactly you mean when you say that?
Is it important that they get along?
I mean, he better treat her with respect. But as far as him getting along, I mean, I would like that, you know. Some people just don't mix, but I mean, that's something I would prefer, but I don't have complete control over it. But I mean, I would side with her. I mean, when it comes down to it, I mean, she's my woman, so, make sure she's good.
Okay. And this is my last question. Are you a secure and confident man?
Definitely.
Okay.
All right, Mr. JB. On a scale of 1 to 10, how romantic are you?
I would say, we'll say a 10.
All right, it's Miss Lady CS's birthday, and you want to make it really special for her. How would you make it romantic for her?
So, I'm a big fan of I like boat dinners, dinner out on a yacht, and then we go to the beach.
That is pretty romantic. Um, what would you say that the best advice someone has ever given you in life, or when it comes to relationships, would it be?
Uh, I would say, my mother would always, tell me don't never make assumptions. Always make sure before you assume. Never, assume that, this is that or, she's doing this. Always make sure, find out yourself.
All right. And what is your weakness when it comes to being in a relationship?
Now, when you say weakness, something that I can do better,
Yes.
or okay, um, something I can do better. I would say being more open as far as when if something upsets me, right? If I'm irritated about something, being more uh honest and open about it instead of, waiting until we about to go to sleep or whatever. I think that's something I've done much better in the recent past as opposed to my first few rodeos in relationships.
So this lady CS thinks that everything is okay. She thinks that the argument you had earlier today is done and over with because you didn't bring it back up. But 2 o'clock in the morning, you bring it back up. You like,
Well,
oh,
I used to be like that. I've gotten way much better. As I've matured.
I get it. So tell me something that people are surprised to learn about you when when you're telling people about yourself and they're like, hey, that you did that or that happened. What is it that you may say to take people by surprise?
Uh, oh, I don't know. That's a good question. I would say so I would say I would list an odd job of mine, right? So and this is when I was in college. This was a very odd job. So it's probably my first job, but I was a video recorder for like a local ghost hunting paranormal group. I was just the video, the camera person. I mean, that was my college grind. So
Wow. What did you get your bachelor's degree in?
criminal justice.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wait, I have a question. Did you all catch any paranormal activity? Like, were you scared at all when you?
I mean, the white boys exposed me to some stuff, you know what I'm saying? But you know, I mean, I was in it just for the little cash at the time, you know.
Did you do the movie? What's that?
Paranormal Activity.
You did that?
No, I didn't do that, you know. I mean, they would like call different places and arrange a visit, or folks would call them like cemeteries, just random stuff. You know, and of course, you know, me being a black man, you know, first I was like, I don't know about this, you know, but like I said, I you know, for the cash they gave me, I did it. So if you ask me if I ever seen anything, the answer would be not really. I mean, you hear some stuff, but I've never personally seen anything. So thank God, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
What are your religious views?
So I'm a Christian. I believe in God. I'm not a Bible thumper. Nor do I bash other religions, Buddhism, Islam, whatever. I serve with people that have all types of religions. But yeah, I wouldn't call myself super religious, but I'm definitely a believer in God, and I do practice my faith when I can.
Do you read the Bible?
I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I haven't read the Bible in years.
No.
I know some, you know, some verses. I know some famous verbiage, but as far as, you know, actually reading the word, it's been a while.
All right. Would it be an issue to you if Miss Lady CS says, let's read the Bible every Wednesdays together?
No, I mean, it wouldn't be an issue, you know. I would just have to get back in a routine. You know, it would be an adjustment, but it wouldn't be an issue. I'd definitely be willing to do it.
Would it be a major adjustment?
No, not a major adjustment. No.
Okay. And Miss Lady CS has expressed that she is celibate. How long are you willing to wait until you all can become intimate?
I mean, I'm willing to wait as long as she wants. I mean, if that means marriage, and then that's fine. Funny truth to me, I didn't actually lose my virginity until the age of 23. So I was real late bloomer. But when it comes to celibacy, I mean, it's, you know, as long as we need, you know.
All right. That is all the questions I have for you. Thank you so much, Mr. JB. It was fun. Miss Lady CS, do you have two questions that you would like to ask Mr. JB?
I do. One of them was about celibacy, so hold on. Okay. What is your deal breaker in regards to relationships with boundaries? What is like your top deal breaker?
When it comes to boundaries, that's a good question. I would say, like, if you had a male friend, I wouldn't even mind like lunch or whatever. I mean, because I understand that. I would say, this has happened to me before, but I would say, you know, like when my ex went over her male friend's house. I mean, now granted, you know, his girlfriend and his daughter was there, but you know, that was something I didn't really like too much. I didn't mind him going to lunch. I mean, I thought that was cool, but you know, I've even met him before. But you know, when she went to his house, even though his girlfriend was there also, and it, you know, their daughter, she didn't give me a heads up. You know, she told me at dinner, so I had no clue. So I would just say just stuff like that. But I mean, other than that, I mean, that would really be the only deal breaker.
Okay, so you mean like your her relationship with her male friends? Is that like a boundary for you?
No, I mean, I mean, not really. I mean, like I said, I have female friends too, so that's very understandable. I would say just the obvious stuff like lunches, texts, that's perfectly fine. Phone conversations, that's normal. You know, even hanging out, but just stuff to the extreme, like, you know, going over his place.
Okay.
Or if you're gonna do it, you know, like it's just a courtesy heads up. Okay, cool, got it.
And what's the longest relationship you've had? Like,
Uh,
go ahead.
4 years.
4 years?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
All right. Did you got all of your answers and everything, Miss CS?
Thank you.
Perfect. Mr. JB, do you have 2 questions that you would like to ask this lady?
I do. I love the fact that you love to help the less fortunate and things of that nature. What made you such a big advocate for that?
I don't know. Like, I don't do it. I don't do it for the likes or whatever. I just do it because I'm a passionate person in helping people. I've struggled before, and being a single mom comes with struggles. So I'm always helping somebody. Like, I own my house. I have someone living with me until she gets on her feet. So it's just something that's natural for me.
Okay. Next question. So well, you kind of stole mine a little bit. I was going to ask you the same thing. What was your longest relationship? But I can ask you another question. So what is something in your most recent relationship that did not happen that you would like to see happen in your future one?
Oh, bless me.
Bless you. I would say communication. My last relationship lacked communication, and not to the point where we're talking, but to the point where understood any issues on my end, or was able to open up to me if they were going through something. It seems like not all, I don't know if it's all, but it's hard for men to, like you were talking about, be vulnerable or express something that's bothering them. And
Right.
I feel as though that's important in a relationship, so that we both can, prosper and have a healthy relationship.
Okay. Gotcha. That's it.
All right. Well, that was fun.
It's a pleasure always talking to you all. Thank you all for sharing more about yourselves.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Opening up and letting us into your lives.
For the sake of each other, not for us.
Right.
Thank you.
I guess since the next one is not until 9 o'clock. Mr. JB, I'll ask you one more question, and then Miss Lady CS, I'll ask you one more question. Mr. JB, what are your insecurities when it comes to being in a relationship?
That's a good question. I don't know. I would say at one point, I would say what I discussed earlier, male friends to an extent. But as I got older, matured, that's something that really went away. I really got an understanding for that. So I don't know. I would say that would have been the only thing, but that's not a thing anymore.
Okay. Do you have trust issues?
No trust issues. Not at all. I don't have trust issues until I actually see something I have like a blatant reason to. Other than that, like I said, male friends, I don't care. It's fine. Lunch, hanging out, texting, phone conversation, that's perfectly fine.
All right. Do you have any insecurities personally?
Who, me?
I'm still asking Mr.
Oh, you're still asking me?
Yeah. Do you have personal insecurities?
Personal insecurities. That's a good question. You hit me with the deep questions today. You know what? At one point, we go back to religion. So this was probably the biggest one for me before. I was real big on, if she was not Christian, she didn't practice the same faith I did. And I think part of that was, my family was really big into the church. Half of them were, half of them weren't. Some things happened. I got kind of caught up in the mix of it. And then I became like a real advocate for, okay, she needs to be either Christian or, okay, I'll find she is, I can't date her. But over the years, that's really gone away. Yeah, I would say that was my next biggest one. I can't think of anything else as far as insecurities from a personal standpoint. But I did have two big ones, and I can't admit that.
Okay. Miss Lady CS, what are your insecurities when it comes to being in a relationship?
That is a tough one.
It's a tough question.
I'm not sure if this is even an insecurity, but like keeping their word, that's like a big thing for me. Like if you say that you're going to do something, do it. If you can't, at least try to give me some type of notice. But I think that's like a big thing for me, keeping your word.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And do you have any personal insecurities?
Personal insecurities. I overanalyze a lot of things. I try to look at all the scenarios. So I know that's an insecurity. Just overanalyzing everything.
All right. Well, thank you. And we all have, insecurities that we deal with on one way or another. And
yeah, if I can, I kind of want to piggyback off of that. So
okay.
That's also something that that I would say that I have currently. And ironically, I didn't think about it till she said it, but I also tend to overanalyze things at times. I've gotten much better with it, but that's definitely something that I do on occasion, just with anything, whether it could work related or whatever.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that as well.
Yes. Thank you both for answering our questions. It has been fun as always. And we'll do this again with you, Miss Lady CS and Mr. JB. You have another one at 9:00. Do you guys have anything you want to say to each other lastly before we go?
Yeah, I really enjoyed this conversation, Miss Lady CS. I think that I actually think we have a lot in common. I love that you have a kind and giving heart, and I hope that we can speak in the future. This was a pleasure.
Thank you. And you have a nice voice.
Oh,
Thank you for
I appreciate that.
Serving the country as well. I love that. That's awesome.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
All right, Ms. Lady CS, we will be in touch. And
thank you for being beautiful, the beautiful you. And
you are a phenomenal and uncommon woman.
Yes, everybody check out her podcast.
Too. You guys are awesome. Y'all gonna have to get on the podcast.
That would be great.
Yes, we're gonna put you on after this season, and we're gonna promote you for the next one.
That would be great. That would be great. It would be our pleasure.
It'd be an honor.
Yes, it'd be fun.
All right.
Sounds like a good love connection.
Yeah.
Love connection. I think I hear something going on, and I'm excited.
I see some fireworks.
I think I did see a firework go across the side too. Did everybody else see that firework go across the screen? We will chat again, Miss Lady CS.
And that's Uncommon Women, the podcast. Check her out.
Yes. Well, thank
All right.
Most
you.
definitely, most
Y'all
definitely.
have a wonderful night.
You
You as
too.
All
well.
right, you too, you too.
Can you stay on, please?
All right.
Bye.
Thank you.
Mr. JB?
Yes.
Okay, I have another one for you at 9 o'clock.
Well, actually, you can
Okay.
leave and then just come back at 9 to, give yourself a break, or you can stay on. But I guess we're going to take a little intermission.
Which one would you like to do? Would you like to leave, come back at 9, or would you like to give yourself a break? But we are going to shut our video cameras down for a minute until 9 o'clock.
Okay, yeah, I'm a take a little 10-minute break.
Okay, I'll
All
see
right.
you back in 10.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
10 and 10.
10 and 10.
10 and
wanna
2.
just, I guess we'll just keep this up so we can just have one continuously rolling and mute.
Sure.
Okay. See you in a minute.
Okay.
Hey, Mr. JB.
Hey, hey.
We are letting your date in right now.
Lady QB, I believe.
QB. Okay.
Lady QB, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Doing good. Thank you for joining us today. We
No
have
problem.
Mr. JB on. You all can say hi to one another.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, good. How about yourself?
I'm good, thank you.
Good, good.
Hello, hello, you two.
What's going on?
All right, I guess since we both have you on, we can go ahead and get started. As always, we start off with ladies first. And I guess I can go ahead and start with the questions. So I am going to ask you, Miss Lady QB. Those initials are so easy to get. I guess I think that it's so easy. I mess up the initials all the time, but that is so easy to remember. And plus, one of my sisters is QB. But anyway, as I digress, thank you for joining us. What is something that you haven't done in a relationship that you would like to do in a future relationship?
Maybe international travel together. I haven't done that in a relationship.
Okay, that is romantic. Tell me, what is the worst date that you have ever been on?
There was a date one of my friends set me up on, and I waited like 45 minutes at the restaurant.
Mm.
He showed up as I was getting valet to get my car to leave.
Wow.
Is when he showed up. And at that point, I was uninterested in staying.
Yeah, you were done. No second date for him. So tell me, what do you care least about when it comes to a relationship?
I don't know. Any outside of past relationships and past occurrences, I can care least about that. That doesn't bother me.
Okay. When a man brings up his past in a relationship, do you want to hear about it, or do you just want to focus more on the future relationships that he's has? Or, you know, some people may say they like to know what a person has been through because it shapes them and how they would be in relationships today. Or do you just want to go all out and figure it out on your own?
No, I like to discuss the past. I'm not a person that I don't want you to bash your ex. I'm just not one of the people that wants to sit through that type of conversation.
Yeah. What are the top 3 most important things to you when it comes to having a relationship?
Consistency, honesty, and trust.
That was easy for you to name off. You already know.
Yeah.
Do you know what you're looking for in a relationship right now?
I'm looking for a relationship with someone to grow, to become friends long term, if possible, maybe into marriage one day, but I'll start with friendship and long-term growth.
All right. Are you more of a talker or texter when it comes to you and your mate?
It depends on the day.
I get that. All right. And what is it that you do? What is your occupation?
I'm a implementation consultant, a senior implementation consultant. So I do ERP system implementations.
Okay. And do you have any children?
Yes, I do.
And how many children?
I have 4 children. Two of my daughters are grown. I have one that's 23 that just graduated college. I have another one. Thank you. I have another one that's 20. She's going into her junior year of college. And then I have a 16 and an 8-year-old.
Great, great. All right. And what would you say would be the best ideal date for you?
Anything that allows us to talk and get to know each other and kind of fill each other out.
All right. That is all the questions that I have, and I am going to turn it over to my co-host.
So, Miss QB, can you describe your build or describe how your superficial look on the outside?
So just my build or my overall characteristics? I think I have really pretty eyes. If I had to say myself. Other than that, I'm kind of, I I'm toned because I work out a lot, but I do have curves. I guess I could say that.
Okay. Are you looking for a specific type of relationship, something specific from a relationship?
I'm open, so I'm not looking for anything specific as long as it's no casual, open type of relationship. I'm not looking for that. I'm not interested in that.
Okay. What is one thing you would say you need in life right now?
I don't really need anything right now.
What about desire?
Well, I desire companionship with someone. I desire that, but I don't need it.
Okay. Do you describe yourself as outgoing or reserved?
I'm a mix of both. It just depends on where we are and the circumstance. I'm a mix of both.
Okay. When's the last time you just let loose and had fun? And what did you do?
About in March when we were in Cabo. So I didn't work. I usually work a lot. So that particular time I didn't work. I just kind of let my hair down and had a good time.
Okay. And how often do you say you get to just let loose and have fun? Just relax.
Not too. I mean, I try to balance it out, but sometimes it's a little difficult than others. And being in the IT profession, sometimes it's difficult to have that downtime because I'm always on.
Okay. So do you have time to put into a relationship?
I do. I make time for the things that I want to do.
Exactly. We often do. How are you on exercising or being health conscious? Are you health conscious? Would you describe yourself as that?
Yeah, I work out 5-6 times a week. I eat pretty healthy. No beef, no red meat, no pork. I try to keep it light chicken, mostly fish, vegetables. I have a sweet tooth, so sometimes that get me, but.
Yeah, me too. So what brings you peace? What brings peace to your life? What centers you?
My spirituality, it centers me. It keeps me, I meditate, I pray, I burn sage. It brings me peace. Just life in itself. The ability to get up, work out, and do what I do every day. It just brings me peace. If I do nothing else but wake up, I'm okay.
All right. So can you give me a time where you just gave something without expecting anything in return?
I do it all the time. I'm really close to my sister and my family, and I'm the person that, kind of, I guess my mom passed away some years ago. So I, some kind of way, ended up in that position to where I'm the person that everyone comes to for, if it's just to talk, if it's just to vent, if it's something that they need, I'm that the go-to. And I never expect anything in return.
Okay. Thank you for sharing. I'm sorry about your loss. Our sincerest condolences.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, I am sorry about that. Well, Lady QB, and that's what I call myself.
That's what I heard. That's why I said that was easy for
me. So can you tell me one of your greatest accomplishments?
One of them would happen to be my career, because it's a very male-dominated field that I work in, and the fact that I've been able to work hard enough to get myself to the level of where I'm at, it's a great accomplishment for me.
Congratulations for that.
Thank you.
What type of work do you do?
I work in IT. I do ERP system implementations.
Oh, okay. That's great. Are you into reading books?
I do. Yes.
Okay. What was your last book you read? What's the title?
The Richest Man of Babylon.
Right. And what makes you laugh?
Oh, anything.
In a relationship. anything. Okay.
Anything. I'm not always serious.
Okay. So if you were on your first date, what would you pay close attention to in that
Uh,
man?
Um, it sounds weird, but I pay close attention to their interactions with their phone.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Okay. Because what does that say? What does that tell you?
So it's just been what I've noticed about people. Um, Sometimes I've been on dates where the phone never comes out. And then I've been on dates where the phone is out, but it's face down on the table. And so sometimes, depending on how frequently if they pick it up, put it down, it just depends. Sometimes it can mean nothing, and sometimes there's something that we're hiding.
Hold on, let me write that down because I got to do that one for myself. That's a good one.
So, my very last question, what season do you like? What's your
Spring and
season?
fall,
Spring and fall. And why?
nice weather. Um, you can go without a jacket or you can wear a jacket. I like the fall because I like when the leaves fall from the tree. I like pumpkin everything and apple cider. So it's just, I don't know, I redecorate my house and I just get into it.
Okay. I'm not sure if this was asked, but do you have children?
It was. Yeah, I do.
Okay. Okay. So, that's it. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
All right, Miss Lady QB, thank you so much for answering our questions. It was fun getting to know you.
No problem.
Mr. JB, I guess we'll go ahead and start off with you.
Mhm.
Mr. JB, um, what, where do you reside?
Hampton, Virginia.
All right. And what is your occupation?
Navy administrator.
Do you have any kids?
No kids.
All right. And how long have you been in the Navy?
11 years.
All right. And how do you handle your phone when you're on a date?
I'm not on the phone when I'm on a date. It's in my pocket.
Okay. What does it say to you when a woman has her phone out or face down? What does that say to you when you're on a date?
I mean, if it's face down, I mean, it depends on the situation. If a woman has kids or something comes up, babysitter texts her or whatnot, that's something to understand, you know. So it all depends on the situation. But if she's constantly like looking at her phone and laughing, okay, then that tells me where her interest lies. So there's a difference.
All right. And what do you pay close attention to when you're on a date with a woman?
Eye contact.
Okay. If she doesn't make eye contact, what does that tell you?
I mean, it tells me that. Well, actually, I think shy women are kind of cute, but it might tell me that her interests might lie elsewhere, or she tells me how attentive she is to what I'm saying as far as in detail. But then again, everybody's different. So
What are you most confident about in yourself?
I would say my ability to make somebody laugh.
Can you tell us a joke?
I'll tell you guys a joke.
Yeah.
Lord have
Can you
mercy.
make us laugh?
So it's really my sarcasm. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? And as far as just like freestyling, like coming up with a joke, like I'm Kevin Hart or somebody, that's different.
so who is your favorite comedian?
Um, I used to say Eddie Murphy is a GOAT because he always had the ability to make me laugh. But till I listened to a Richard Pryor stand up from years ago when he talked about Dracula and the Wino, I would say, me cracking up. I would say Richard Pryor, my favorite comedian.
All right. And what is your favorite movie?
Ooh, where do I start?
Start in the 90s.
Ooh, I would say, one of my favorite, actually Rico Wade did the soundtrack. Big ups to him. I would say Set It Off.
Set it off. All right. And what is your favorite drink of choice?
All right, so I like Hennessy.
All right. Do you smoke?
I don't smoke.
All right. And are you a handyman around the house? Can you fix things?
I can. My dad made sure of it.
All right. And you said you have no kids. How are you with children?
I'm pretty good with children. Two of my past relationships involved kids. I became really close to them, which made the breakups really tough. But I'm really good with kids. A lot of younger cousins and stuff like that. So me and kids get along really good.
Do you believe when you break up with the woman and she has kids that you also break up with the children?
I don't. Like I said, every situation is different. I mean, there's been times where, you know, the new guy requests that, you know, hey, just cut it off completely. I've been in that situation before. I didn't like it. But out of respect to him, you know, it's not my woman anymore. It's not my place. So I had to make that decision.
All right. And that is all the questions that I have for you, Mr. JB. Thank you so much for answering all of my questions. I'll turn it over to my co-host.
So, Mr. JB, Miss QB, Lady QB is in a male-dominated field, and I'm sure there's lots more men in the Navy than women. I don't know the exact numbers, but how do you interact with the women on your job, and how can you show your support to a woman in a male-dominated, even white male-dominated field?
Well, so, you know, we have a lot of ITs that work with the Navy. We have ITs within the Navy and also civilian ITs. You know, so I think I would be very supportive. I kind of understand what she does. They have a very extremely detailed oriented job. It is very male dominated. So just being around ITs and understanding how they think, I definitely feel like I would be able to support.
Lady QB, are you there? I think she's connecting to her audio.
Okay. Oh. I think she joined us. Lady QB. Lady QB, can you hear me? Oh. Okay. So
I think we're having technical difficulties.
Yeah, we think we lost her, but we'll just continue to ask you the questions because we're on YouTube. So I'll just go right ahead. You said you were open to a woman with children, or you implied it through Moya's question of asking you, do you believe in severing the relationship between the woman and her kids once the relationship is over? So are you open to a woman with children?
Yes, I am.
Okay. And what could you provide to a woman with children? What do you believe you could provide?
I mean, I could provide, you know, playmate to her kids, somebody that can mentor her kids, you know, be a father figure, somebody they can look up to, just be, you know, emotional support. You know, I know that there's a lot of single mothers that, you know, go through a period of stress, you know, because, you know, I'm pretty sure raising kids is stressful. So it looks like somebody trying to dial in.
That may be
yeah. Okay. And when is the last time you were in a relationship?
Last time I was in a relationship would be, I'll say almost 2 years ago.
Okay. And what are you looking for a woman to bring to you now?
Really, you know, just you know, somebody that will give me honest opinions, somebody that will, you know, continue to push me. You know, we all have goals that we've accomplished, but can accomplish more. Somebody that can, you know, fine tune my imperfections, and really just somebody to be a listening ear, you know.
Okay. So, barring that we don't know you personally or Miss QB, Lady QB personally, and we don't know how you all would interact in a relationship, what is one thing, the most favorite thing that you like doing with a partner?
That's a good question. I would say it's just spending quality time, whether that be, out on a boat, out in the park, or it's just the two of us, we can talk about different things, yeah, just spending quality time with each other or vacation or whatever, just the two of us.
Okay. And speaking of vacations, when's the last time you went on a vacation?
Shit.
Ah.
I would say it's been a while, probably at least a couple of years. I mean, since then, I've been out the country, but none of it has been pleasure. It's all been work related. So.
Okay, so you're a Gulf War veteran, of course, already. And what would you say has been the most eye-opening event you've witnessed, without revealing too much or any confidential information?
I would say event during deployment or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, seeing when the pirates came aboard, seeing how young they were, they were like 15, 16, they were like kids. That was really shocking to me. I was like, holy shit, I would say that definitely.
Wow, that's quite an experience. It reminds me of the movie. I can't remember the name of the movie, but the movie with Tom Hanks. That's what.
With Tom Hanks, yeah, something. It was an event similar to that.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I'm happy that you made it through and your service members made it through that as well.
Yes.
It's a very traumatic event.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm. And I am done. I'm going to turn it over to Qualita.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Well, Mr. JB.
Yes, ma'am.
One question I want to ask, well, I have a couple. So would you rather rent or own your home? Would you rather rent a home or own it?
What was that question again?
Would you rather rent a home or own it?
I'd rather own.
Own, okay. And what state would you prefer to live in if you had to?
That's a good question. Actually, I would say North Carolina.
Okay, why North Carolina?
When we moved to Charlotte, as a kid coming up, I just fell in love with the city. North Carolina is it's a pretty clean state, but it's a lot of land, mostly flat. I love the Charlotte area. I always said I would love to move back. It's just a real nice city, nice area.
Okay. And what are some of your hobbies?
So like to go running. I like to swim, do volunteer lifeguard. I love music. I would say go, a couple of paintball tournaments. I'm huge on playing poker and playing pool. It's probably two of my main hobbies.
Okay. And would you ever, or have you ever thought about going in a hot air balloon for a date?
I'm sorry, have you ever thought about wanting what?
Going onto a hot air balloon for a date. Have you ever thought about that?
Hold on, say it one.
Have you ever thought about going on a hot air balloon or going into a hot air balloon on a date?
Okay, that's probably why I couldn't hear you, because hell no to that.
Oh, I guess
No,
you're
I
right.
seen too many accidents when it came. The last couple I've seen, yeah, the balloon caught on fire, some crazy like that. I'm adventurous, but I think I'll pass on that.
I guess that's why you said, well, hopefully if I keep asking her what she
The
thinks,
question,
she'll ask me
the
something else.
question changed.
I like that one. So what bores you?
What bores me?
Mhm.
I would say, talking about accomplishments all the time. You
Okay.
know, yeah, I had to tell one of my boys that, it's probably why he had a hard time dating. He would go on dates and always, woo women with or he would always talk about, how many degrees he has and stuff like that. I'm like, man, nobody cares. Like, talk about you, what you like, and something else. So I would say just talking about your education or your career, talking about this stuff all the time. I mean, it's cool as far as introductory, getting to know somebody, but if that's a constant conversation, that's gonna turn me off.
Okay. And so on your first date, what would you like to know about her? At least 5 things.
Uh, really, I just what makes her tick. What the things that she likes to do. Her pet peeves. Her beliefs. What she strongly believes in. What are some things that she wants to knock out. What she looks for in a man. Because that's gonna entail on me, right? So things like that.
Okay. All right. And a description of yourself. And that's it.
So physically between 6 feet to 6 foot one, uh, slim athletic build, about 188 to 190 pounds. Um, I have a sense of humor, really down to earth. Um, I'm really laid back, also assertive. Um, at times, I can be quiet, depending on the environment. I don't yell. I'm not a yeller. And I don't like for folks under me to yell either. I know I'm in the military, but I'm not a believer in yelling. I'm a believer in straight communication, and yeah, just overall cool guy.
Well, thank you. Well, that's it for me. Thank you, Lady QB and Lady JB. JB QB.
Mr. JB,
Oh,
that
I'm sorry.
Okay.
JBQB.
Lady QB, do you have two questions that you would like to ask Mr. JB?
I do. How long have you been stationed in Hampton?
Oh, so uh, August of 2012.
So that's like your permanent location?
So I tried to make it, and it was almost my permanent location. But until COVID hit, and basically COVID is what kind of drew our billets away into where the only thing available was in California. So in October, I'll be transferring to China Lake, California, unfortunately.
And then my second question is, can I ask how old are you?
Yes.
Is that allowed?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm 34 years old.
Yeah, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And Miss Lady QB, what state are you in again?
I'm in Illinois.
Okay, yes, I remember.
Chicago?
Right outside of Chicago. But the
Okay.
funny thing is, the reason I asked about Hampton is because one of our offices that I travel to monthly is in Charlottesville.
Oh, okay. Okay, not far.
Yeah.
Charlottesville.
But
It's like north of Richmond.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, right on top of Richmond.
Yeah.
Are you able to do a long distance relationship, Mr. QB? I mean, sorry, JB.
Yes, I am.
And did you hear that deep voice, Lady QB?
I did. I heard
Okay,
it.
yes, I am. Miss Lady QB, that's so easy to remember. I think I don't even stumble on that one. Are you able to do a long distance relationship?
Yes, I am.
That sounds like a good match to me. Mr. Q, I'm sorry, Mr. JB, I'm sorry. Do you have two questions that you would like to ask Lady QB?
Yeah, yes, I do. what are your thoughts on religion when it comes to relationships?
So I'm not stringent on that. To me, it's just as long as you believe in something. I think I would have a hard time with an atheist, someone who believes in nothing at all. I would struggle with that. But as long as you believe in something, I'm okay.
Gotcha. Second question is, are you big as far as your relationships and social media?
As in posting pictures of someone? Or
so just overall, as in
like,
posting pictures, vacation, just stuff like that, or not posting anything, like your preference as far as social media and relationships, more like.
So I don't have a preference with that. I post my own vacations and stuff, maybe sometimes, but within the relationship, it doesn't bother me if we do or don't. I don't have a preference. I don't really care.
Okay.
It's not a big deal. I don't make a big deal of stuff like that.
Okay, cool. That's all questions I have.
All right, Miss Lady QB, I do have one more. Are you interested in having any more children?
Well, not really, but considering the fact that if I end up with someone or married to someone who don't have any children, then that's something that I would consider. It's just that I work so hard right now to stay in shape, but I would consider that because I can't, it's not about me. It's about us as a unit. So I would be open to that.
That is so selfless, and I love it. And Mr. JB, did you want any kids?
I'm open to having kids. For me, I don't, as weird as this may sound, I don't have to have kids, but I'm definitely open to having kids.
Okay. Well, I have a question. Do you all like candy? What type of candy do you like?
So I have a really weird story, right? So I was running home from the store because I went to Target just because I needed dry shampoo. And I really like Lifesaver mints. I try not to buy them, but I really like them, so I eat them like candy.
Now, which one?
That's my favorite. The green one.
Okay, yes.
Okay.
I love those too. At least we know that Mr. JB, at least we know that Lady QB has fresh breath.
Yes. That's a good candy.
I love candy too. I got a big jar of Skittles in my office. My rule is, before you leave my office, you have to take a few.
So what is your favorite Skittle? What color? Is it the yellow, the green?
Oh,
purple?
Definitely purple.
Purple, okay.
Definitely purple.
Now, have you had the Sour Patch Skittles?
I have. I love the Sour Patch Skittles.
Okay.
I didn't know Sour Patch made Skittles.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are good.
Wow, and I'm like a candy connoisseur. I know all about the candy. I'm like, what is the girl's name on Friday with the lady
Little Dee
who knew
Dee
about
Dee.
all the snacks. That's what I am. And I didn't know about that.
How about Chico sticks? And then I'll get off the candy.
Yes, the Chico
sticks.
You all know about Chico sticks?
Honestly,
I used
don't.
to eat them growing up. I used to eat them growing up.
I have one question. Lady QB, is it pop or soda?
Oh Lord.
It's soda.
And what is it, Mr. JB?
It's soda. Okay?
Oh, and it's actually pop. Okay.
No, I'll kill me, man.
Is it tomato or tomato? No, just
Lady QB, have you did our poll before?
I did.
Okay.
I have.
All right. If you already did it, then
wonderful.
Thank you. And you don't have to redo it. This was fun. We appreciate you all calling in and trusting us through the process. If you both want to move on to stage 2, it's going to be a lot more that we have in store. And if you guys have any questions about each other after we get off of this Zoom audio, you can send me those messages and I'll be sure to forward those to the other person. Other than that, I appreciate you guys. I will be communicating with you again in terms of other dates. I think you have one more, Mr. JB, and Miss Lady QB. I will communicate with you because I think I will be talking to you again later on this week. But other than that, Thank you guys so much. Did you have anything else that you wanted to say to each other before we get off?
Yeah, I mean, it was a pleasure. I really enjoyed talking to you, hearing some things about you. And hopefully we'll see what happens in the future.
It was a pleasure meeting you and speaking with you as well. I feel the same.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you all. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you.
It's been great.
All right,
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
So thank you all for watching tonight. This was, I think, date six of the Best of Dating contest, where we're bringing virtually blind dates together and letting them get to know each other through a series of questions that we asked. It's been fun.
So can you, before you girls go, can you tell me the candies you have in front of you?
Oh, we have Twizzlers, Twix, Milky Way, Snickers, some more Snickers.
Yeah, Sour Patch Kids.
Gummy bears.
Gummy bears. We got some.
Wait, you guys are playing,
oatmeal raisin
right?
cookies too.
You asked.
Here, I'll show you. I'll show you one of each. So I showed you these before. Sour Patch Kids.
Wow. Why do you have all this candy?
Gummy bears.
Oh, wow.
And the Twizzlers are way over there.
Yogurt raisins.
Why do you have, oh my.
Why we have a candy store here.
Yeah.
Why did we go buy this?
At Mix.
Well,
we love candy.
Yeah.
I mean, why else,
Yeah.
That's actually really good.
That's what I just finished. Well, it took me like 2 weeks to eat this stuff.
Oh, okay.
I love Ben & Jerry's, but I love Chunky Monkey. But that's probably good too.
It took me like 2 weeks to eat this because I don't like chocolate. So.
Oh, honey, it wouldn't take me that long. Sweetie, I finished that right off.
You like chocolate?
Yeah, I like that kind too.
Oh. I'm not a fan of chocolate. Well,
I understand that you got that from Instacart and you asked for what?
Cookie dough.
And they gave you fudge brownie or something?
I asked for cookie
Slightly
dough.
the same.
And this is what I got.
Well, this one she asked for.
I asked for vanilla ice cream and I got strawberry.
That was at Walmart.
We should actually do a video on the different things that
your shoppers, your personal. They're not our personal shoppers. We got to realize that their time is limited.
Yeah, we should actually do that. That would be fun.
Yeah.
What did your Instacart shopper,
substitute your item for?
That was totally off. I mean, come on. You asked for cookie dough and you give me chocolate brownie. They're not even on the same.
It's not. They should have said they didn't have it.
Yeah, like
a different brand. I don't know.
You wanted vanilla and they gave you chocolate.
Yeah.
You didn't ask for, can I have the opposite?
If you don't have that one, just give me the opposite.
Right. If you don't have salt, give me pepper.
It don't matter.
If you don't have water, just give me alcohol, please. Thank you.
It don't match.
If you don't have panties, give me a bra. I mean,
like it don't match up.
Yeah, if you don't have pins, give me a shoe. It's like, I guess they were thinking, well, I'm still giving you ice cream. It's like, don't give me whatever.
Right, there go your ice cream.
It's crazy. But I think tomorrow we should go on. It's called Let's Talk Junk.
Oh, I like that. Let's talk junk food.
That is fun.
Yeah, Let's talk junk food. We should do that. Okay.
All right.
till
Thank
next
you all for
time.
watching BASUP TV and dating contest day number 6. All
Okay.
right.
All right.
Come back
Until
next time. Tune in next time. Have a good night.
Peace.
Bye.